Hey y'all, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new here or you've stumbled upon my page, I hope that you'll check me out and then consider hitting that subscribe button. While you're at it, you might as well hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date every single time your girl drops a new video. I'm EVE and this is The Effect. Alright you guys, so as you can tell by the title of this video, we are talking about the ever so popular guidance from Amouage. Now, about a couple months ago, I posted a video about some of the new releases that happened this year for the first quarter, and one of those fragrances that I mentioned was Guidance. Now, in the comment section, there were polarizing opinions and thoughts, both good and bad, and so based on that, I was like, I need to get my nose on this sooner than I anticipated. So about a week or so after that video went up, I moseyed on down to my local Neiman Marcus. You guys know how that goes. So I was able to get my nose on it, able to grab a sample and play with it a little bit. So I'm going to share what my thoughts were on this scent. Now, I am refreshing my scent strip. I do have this on my arm and I have this sprayed on this scent strip, but I just want to refresh it so I can get the opening. Now, by this time, I'm sure you guys have all seen this gorgeous blush pink bottle. And growing up, I was not a pinky girl. I was more into yellows, greens, and purple. But here in the last 3 to 4 years, I've been gravitating more and more towards pink. And I absolutely love that for me. So the bottle, just perfect 10 out of 10. I absolutely love the packaging of the bottle. Now for the juice, this overall fragrance gives me, I get a fruity, floral, woody vibe. So in the opening, I do get a blast of fruit, but that fruit is coupled with something that is a bit strange, something that I can't really articulate if I'm being 100% honest. But I want to say there's like a hint of a spice somewhere in there. I don't know, it throws me off just a little bit in the opening, but I do appreciate that it doesn't stay in that realm. This does take a journey, so it's not linear by any means. It takes a journey, and as it transitions into the middle of this fragrance, I get more of the florals, and the main predominant floral that I get is a rose. There's a rose and there's also a jasmine note in here. So what I have found or realized about myself is that as I've developed in my fragrance journey, my relationship with jasmine is hit or miss. Okay, we have a love-hate relationship. And what I've realized about myself is that I don't enjoy an indolic jasmine. I feel like I liked jasmine overall in the beginning, but as I've developed, I prefer a cleaner type jasmine than I do indolic. If it's indolic, it's a no for me, okay? So this to me is a jasmine that leans more on the cleaner side, which I greatly appreciate. So as we transition into the florals, I start getting more hints of sweetness, a little bit more fruitiness that peeks through to me. And it's almost kind of like an apricot-y type vibe. There's some vanilla at the bottom. There's also some creamy sandalwood. And I feel like those two paired with this apricot-y note that I'm getting kind of contributes to it getting just a tad bit more sweet. Now, overall, would I classify this as a sweet fragrance? No, not really. It's not that sweet to me, but there is a hint of sweetness, and I think it's coming from the vanilla. Once it gets to the dry down, that sweetness comes through, and then it becomes a little bit powdery, just a touch musky, but it's more powdery than it is musky to me. So going back to the comments from that video, do I agree with those who say that this is a fragrance worth buying and picking up, a masterpiece of a fragrance? Or am I leaning more towards those who say that this is overly hype and we just don't understand what you guys see in this because it's not that great and it's an easy pass? Now, if I'm judging this objectively, on this card, like I said, I am quite confused as to what this opening brings, but as it makes its way down, it gets a little bit better for me. Again, I do have this on my skin, and on my skin, I am getting something completely different. In fact, I'm getting some type of nuttiness that is coming through from here versus on skin. And me and nuttiness kind of have a love-hate relationship as well. So I enjoy almonds, but if it's overly done, I can't do it. I enjoy hazelnut, but again, if it is overly done, it's an immediate no for me. Now, I do own a fragrance from Masque Milano. It's called Madeline, and that is a hazelnut-centered fragrance. But that hazelnut is more on the lactonic side, and that fragrance layered with some vanilla, it is perfect in my opinion. Now, I do enjoy it by itself, but I enjoy it even more when I layer it with a vanilla scent. So that is a nutty fragrance that I can do, but the way the nuttiness is projecting off of this strip, I don't jive very well with it at all. But I do appreciate that I'm not getting that off of my skin. So what do you think my final verdict is going to be? Am I going to end up picking up a bottle of this, or is this going to be a pass? Your girl ended up picking up a full-size bottle of Guidance. Y'all, on my skin, absolutely gorgeous. On this piece of paper, what in the heck is that? Immediately no. So when I initially went in to sniff this out, the sales associate sprayed this on a piece of paper, also made a decant for me. And on the paper, I just couldn't understand what like what was going on. But I was thankful that he made me the sample so that I could play with it later. And then a few weeks after that, I went on a day date, and so we had lunch. And so after lunch, he wanted to go and grab a new fragrance. So me being the lover of scents that I am, plus I'm here to serve, I decided to go with him to help pick it out. Now, we get back to Neiman Marcus. We're kind of exploring different counters, trying to figure out what it is that he loves. So I decided that I was going to go back and visit Homegirl here and see if I got something different on this second visit. But if I'm being 100% honest, once we went back to Neiman Marcus, I was really leaning more towards picking up a fragrance from the Guerlain counter from the Arts and Materials line. Now, if you are not aware, the Arts and Materials line is now available in Saks and Neiman Marcus. So if you've ever been interested in that line, it's available for you to sniff. So once we finally figured out, we narrowed down a couple scents for him to pick up, but I ended up at the Guerlain counter because it really did have my attention. Now, once I figured out that I was enjoying this way more than I did the first time, because again, the first time I smelled it on paper first instead of on my skin first. So I immediately turned it away, and I, out of all people, should know better, okay? I did not give this a fair chance. Plus, I had the sample at home just kind of chilling. I did not go back and spray this on myself. Like, shame on me for doing that. So once I've narrowed it down to Guidance and Angelique Noir from Guerlain, I had my sales associate spray it on the card, both of these on the card, so that he could smell it and give me his opinion. He picked Guidance. I then had him spray it on both my wrists, Angelique Noir and Guidance. Again, he picked Guidance. So ultimately, I also decided to go with Guidance as my purchase between this and Angelique Noir. Now, do not get it twisted. Angelique Noir will come home with me. Angelique Noir is a love for me. It's another unique composition of a fragrance. It's a green type of vanilla scent. I was pleasantly surprised when I finally got my nose on it. So it's definitely one I'm going to pick up. I just couldn't do both at the same time. So, but this on my skin, beautiful. Now, I highly recommend, okay? Highly recommend that you test this out. If you are interested in this, test it out. Even for you daredevils, I'm a bit of a daredevil myself, but for you daredevils who get trigger happy and ordering online, I'm gonna need you to also test this out. Blind buying, I know. No. Amouage, Tom Ford, both houses that you have to experience their fragrances on your skin, because what you gonna get on here will fool you from what you get on skin. So just FYI there, okay? So as for me and my skin and my day, it's a yes. But for you, if you haven't tried this, do not blind buy this. Go into the store or order a sample, please and thank you. All right, so I hope this quick little review was able to help and give you a little bit of guidance. pun intended, give you some guidance on whether or not it's worth exploring for yourself. To me, on my skin, I absolutely love it. On paper, it was a completely different story. So if you like this video, then please like this video down below. And as always, please leave me your thoughts and comments and let me know, is this something that's on your radar or have you already cut it from your list? Okay, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next time, I will see you on the next one. Bye.